These dill pickle wings are so crazy good, and the secret ingredient that makes them so delicious is going to shock you. It shocked me that this actually worked, so I'm really excited to share it with you. Let's get smoking. It may surprise you to know that despite my current strapping physique, I was a fat kid when I was younger. And as a little fat kid, I loved one thing above all others: going to the movie theater and gorging on popcorn. I'd get an extra large bag of popcorn and then I'd douse it in all of the different popcorn seasonings that they had at the front counter. I'd actually dump some of the popcorn out, put the seasoning in, roll up the bag to shake it all, and then get all that seasoning all incorporated. And that was like my favorite thing to do when I was younger. And looking back, I could see why I liked it so much. Popcorn seasoning is pretty much the most delicious substance known to man. And honestly, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. I've been eating this stuff for years on my popcorn, but I've just recently realized that it goes great on chicken wings and also other types of barbecue. And it's weird too, because they have that Colonel's popcorn seasoning jingle. You know the one.
Try Colonel's popcorn seasoning. It's also great on chicken wings.
I'm just kidding. That's not actually a jingle. That was made with AI. It's kind of terrifying. Anyway, this stuff is super fine and powdery, so it dissolves instantly into the meat, and it comes in every flavor under the sun. If you have a favorite potato chip flavor, then I'm pretty sure you can find that flavor in popcorn seasoning form. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the stuff that they use to flavor potato chips. So if you haven't guessed it already, dill pickle popcorn seasoning is the secret ingredient to the best tasting dill pickle chicken wings you've ever eaten. And it's relatively inexpensive as a bonus, but there is one more secret ingredient that you'll need to know about. And that ingredient is pickle juice. For this recipe, I take an empty bottle of pickles with just the juice left in it. So I guess it's not really empty. Then I simply plunk 12 chicken wings right in this bottle and put it in the fridge overnight. The next day I strain them and I pat them dry with a towel. I tested rinsing them and not rinsing them, and I found that the unrinsed ones had more pickly flavor, so you don't really need to rinse them. Next, I season the wings with Colonel's dill pickle popcorn seasoning. I'll leave the link in the description box below to buy this stuff. You can go pretty heavy with it because the flavor's gonna mellow out when you cook the wings, but you could basically use any kind of popcorn seasoning. I would encourage you guys to experiment. There's like thousands of different flavors of this stuff under different brands. I looked it up on the Colonel's website. There's stuff like buffalo hot wing seasoning. So duh, yeah, that sounds like it would go delicious on wings. Or I think there's like garlic parmesan. That sounds delicious. I'd try that on chicken wings as well. But I'll leave that experimentation up to you guys. I tested 4 of them. I tested salt and vinegar, dill pickle, ketchup, which is kind of a Canadian thing, and then white cheddar. The cheese didn't really work that well. The ketchup was okay, but not that great. The salt and vinegar and the dill pickle, though, they were amazing. Next, I light up my Oklahoma Joe's Marshall center box smoker for indirect cooking, and once it hits around 300 degrees, I place the wings on the bottom grate. I like to put the drums in the hotter middle area and flats on the colder outer area, but that really depends on your cooker. 10 minutes later, I give them a flip, and another 10 minutes later, they are probing around 180 degrees internal, and they have some nice char, so I'm taking them off the cooker. They might take more or less time depending on your smoker. If you're using an offset smoker at 300, they'll probably take more time. If you're using a pellet grill on the bottom rack, maybe they'll take less time because there's more radiant heat. So just go by temperature. They're gonna take anywhere from 20 to 25 to 30 minutes, depending on what temperature you cook them at. But on this Marshall, I cooked at around 300 degrees. All right, I just have to wait for this forced air heater to shut off. Forced air heater, do-do-do. Forced air heater. While we're waiting for that, Let's Go general purpose rub and Smoke Trails BBQ rub. They are both in stock now. Smoke Trails BBQ brisket rub is actually on sale on my website, and I'm selling it for a little bit cheaper. So if you get a chance, please buy it from my website. It's just better for me personally than giving Amazon that money. And this stuff is on Amazon. I'll include all those links in the description below. Thank you guys for your support. For those of you that have bought it already, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, we have the chicken wings here. They smell really dilly, but I've got a secret ingredient, a secret weapon, if you will. Now, this stuff is legal in Canada, and this smells, let me tell you, super dank. We're gonna use this secret ingredient, which is dried dill, on the chicken wings. We'll just sprinkle it on like that. Na 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 na. You know, fresh dill would probably work better. It would probably taste a lot better, but this is what I have, so it's what I'm gonna use. So get yourself about a dime bag of dried dill. Dust that on, perfecto. And I don't know why I have everything in baggies today. It's just a little bit easier. I mean, as a cooking creator, I should probably be chopping and preparing this stuff on camera to make it look like I can cook. But I just like prepping everything ahead of time because it's a lot easier. This is just green onion. I just love green onion on chicken wings. And it just makes it look pretty for the camera, so that's why I do it. So we'll just put a little bit of that on. Now, one thing you could do as a little finishing step, if you want some more dill pickle flavor, is put a little bit of dry rub on it. Just sprinkle it on. I think it looks kind of weird. It does dissolve pretty quickly, but if I sprinkle it on, you can see how it kind of looks like it has a little bit of white powder on it. That'll eventually disappear as long as the surface is moist enough, but it's kind of up to you. Taste one and see if it's dill pickly enough, and if it's not, add some more dill pickle flavor. Look at that. It looks really good. Drum or flat? Should I start with a drum or a flat? What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna take a drum. I do like drums a lot more, actually. Let's see what this tastes like. That makes my taste buds sing, for sure. That is really good. I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. I was thinking it might not really work well with the smoked flavor and the chicken wing flavor, but that popcorn seasoning is pretty much good on everything. This is amazing. Yeah, I think the pickle juice brine is really coming through, the dill flavored popcorn seasoning, and the dill that we finished it with. And to be honest, I really wouldn't be afraid right before I serve this up to go pretty heavy on dry dusting this, just for some extra flavor. I'm gonna dip this. Now, you can use ranch or blue cheese or whatever you want. Personally, I just use plain Greek yogurt. I find it just has like a really neutral flavor. I put a bit of dry dill in it, and it really cuts the salt and acidity of the chicken wings. This is so good. I encourage you guys to try this recipe out and experiment with different popcorn seasoning flavors, actually. I've tried salt and vinegar, I've tried ketchup, I've tried a whole bunch of different flavors, and some of them are better than others, but I looked up on the Colonel's website, which makes a lot of popcorn seasoning, and they have stuff like garlic parmesan, which sounds amazing. They have buffalo wings, which would go perfectly on wings. I don't know why anyone hasn't thought about this yet. And there's all these different flavors that would just go amazing on chicken wings. I don't know about the cheese flavors, to be honest. I tried a white cheddar flavor and didn't really work that well, didn't really jive, but it's really up to you. But the one that I found that was amazing was the dill pickle. And these are amazing. I love these. And it's just like something you can do different at your next family gathering or party when you're watching the game that just kind of takes it over the top a little bit, right? It's not just a traditional barbecue flavor. It's not your standard buffalo hot wings. It's like I'm eating a pickle, but in chicken wing form, and it's really good. If you guys have any ideas for future Smoke Trails videos or experiments, let me know in the comment section below. Please try out my rubs. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, happy smoking.